In a dark, mysterious warehouse, leaders of fashion crime syndicate are plotting the assassination of Prime Minister of Malaysia. The Prime Minister is going to raise the minimum wage of Malaysian workers, ending the bargain basement labor supply. Jacobin Mugatu is tasked with finding the suitable model that can be brainwashed easily. He asks where he will find somebody that beef-headed. He needs the equivalent of a Kardashian. We see Matilda Jeffries, a reporter interviewing the top model for the past 3 years, Derek Zoolander. She asks him about his trademark. Zoolander gives her the blue steel look.
That's impressive.
Darn right. He also has other looks like Ferrari, La Tigra.
Or the same picture.
Matilda goes on to write a scathing article painting fashion models as narcissistic idiots. At the annual VH1 Fashion Awards, it's a star-studded field. We see Zoolander making his entrance to defend his title as best male model. The rising star and rival Hansel. Mugatu is there too, but has some protesters against his slave labor. The intense stare-down already beginning. Will there be a new winner? The Weekend gives out the award to the best male model. It goes to Hansel, but Zoolander walks to the stage instead, convinced that the award was his. He make a fool out of himself. Mugatu uses the chance to convince Zoolander's manager to use him as the assassin. Next day, Derek is still sad, but his male model boys are there for him. They go cruising. Even has a water fight at the gas station. Now they're using yellow-colored liquid instead. Red shirt model successfully lights a cigarette and their Jeep blows up. Mugatu could have used any of those dudes instead. Zoolander goes back to meet his manager and wants to retire and possibly open an institute to help literacy. He goes back home to work in the coal mines with his father and brothers, but they are ashamed that he is too ridiculous, lie good-looking that all the other miners may be intimidated. After a hard day's work, the family goes to the pub. The tension escalates between Zoolander and his father, who rejects him wholeheartedly. It's not his fault that he was born with a perfect bone structure. Not sure why his father is mad. A wise man once said, "Shake your moneymaker." Back to the movie. Zoolander's manager tells him that Mugatu wants him to model a brand new fashion line, excited for his prospects. Zoolander goes back to New York. He has his meeting with Mugatu. To further entice our main character, Mugatu unveils the Zoolander for kids who can't read good. But Zoolander asks, "Is this a center for ants?" And destroys the model, saying that it has to be 3 times bigger than that. As part of his supposed training for the new derelicted brand, Hobo Wear, Zool is taken to this sussy day spa. Meanwhile, at the New York Times, Matilda gets a phone call with a lead on Mugatu from a mysterious person with a preserved hand. He tells her to check the old warehouse. She goes there but gets intercepted by Mugatu's cronies. Zoolander is getting brainwashed with the theme song for No Nut November.
Warm, happy time.
Relax and kill the Malaysian Prime Minister. He learns martial arts the same way as Keanu and has all the tools needed to carry out his mission.
Week later.
Zoolander wakes up in his home with no memories. Matilda shows up telling that he has been missing for a week. He shoos her away to get ready for his runway show. Before she goes, he tells her complexion would look better with her hair down. He's in boys. Matilda finds out about other models who worked for Mugatu and their unfortunate ends. She sees a familiar face in all the crime scene photos. Fearing for his safety, she's to warn him, but he's out clubbing. Seemingly back on top, he gets looks from everyone until Hansel bumps into him. The two Top Guns trade barbs at each other.
It's your bra. Derelict. My balls can't be.
1-0 Hansel.
I can derelict my own ball.
1-1 to both sides. They go on a good old walk-off with Bowie as the judge. One model goes first, the other elaborates. Both sides pull out all the signature moves, both exhausting themselves physically and mentally.
You gotta cut me. I can't see him blind now. Where am I? Where am I?
Hansel becomes desperate and pulls out his trump card he was saving for a battle against Fabio. It's Zoolander's turn. Try as he may, but he's just not as sprung as he once was, failing the attempt, as Hansel ends up winning the walk-off.
future's now, old man.
Zoolander gets driven home by Matilda as she tries to warn him about Mugatu. She gets a call from former hand model J.P. Prewitt, who reveals that the fashion industry has been behind all the political assassinations like Lincoln and Kennedy, with the male model soon killed afterwards. Mugatu's goons come looking for the couple, and they hide with an unlikely ally, Hansel. The two rivals clear their issues and come to the conclusion that there could be two cockerels in the henhouse, since Zoolander was the reason why Hansel became a model. Hansel takes the two in and shows them around his compound. He gives them a special tea, and they discuss Matilda's article blasting models. She reveals that she was made fun of for being the fat kid. She sadly became bulimic as a result.
Read minds.
It's when you throw up after every...
The conversation continued to her last time getting busy.
Why, like 8 days?
She states more than 2 years.
How do you live?
The boys joke around, but their words hit deeply on a personal level. They let the special tea take over and involve themselves in a town hall meeting of the flesh. The next morning, the group tries to break into Zoolander's manager's office. The pair might get cancelled 10 years later, but now come across the most formidable foe so far. Oh, the horror. The derelict show starts and Zoolander leaves since he has never been late to a show before. Hansel now has to get the files in the computer. It's so simple, he says. The runway show has everyone in attendance, including the Prime Minister from Malaysia. Zoolander goes on the runway and Mugatu gives the signal to the hobo DJ to play the trigger. Relax. Matilda tries to warn him but is stopped by Resident Evil Alice doing her side hustle. The song starts, and Zoolander dancing dragon and hidden tiger himself down the runway towards Prime Minister. Swinging into the rescue, Hansel confronts the DJ. They have a dance battle, switching the song back and forth, causing Zoolander to do the same. Hansel manages to pull out the power cord before Zoolander can kill the Prime Minister. As Zoolander gets dragged away, Hansel speaks out about Mugatu, who says that it's a lie. Hansel brings out the hard proof and mistakenly smashes it on the floor. Evil Alice jumps on the runway to finish the job, but gets stopped by Matilda and Hansel. Zoolander's manager reveals Mugatu's plan in front of everyone. He's got a zip disk that backs up the claim. Mugatu has had enough of it. He yells that who cares out Zoolander. All his trademark looks are all the same.
How dare you!
Thought Zoolander. Mugatu rages that he will take care of the job himself. He pulls out a ninja star and launches it at the Prime Minister. The minister has the reflexes of a deer in headlights. Zoolander rushes over and unveils Magnum. Everyone, even his father, finally understands the magic that is Zoolander.
It's beautiful.
Mugatu states. The law of physics bend in front of this aura. The ninja stops midair and falls to the ground, prostrating Magnum's brilliance. The Prime Minister thanks Zoolander for saving his life. For real, bro, get some better bodyguards. Matilda and Zoolander realizes their feelings and get married. Zoolander opens the center for kids who can't read good and want to do other stuff good too. Matilda shows up with Derek Jr., showcasing his first look. Please subscribe and like for more.